Dad and I are in a race on FM26 to take these two clubs that almost went extinct all the way to become Premier League champions. After 8 seasons, we have both made our way to the Championship as we race towards the Prem. And credit to Dad, because after that playoff final loss against me in Season 7, it would have been easy to crumble the following year. But his Southend side came back with automatic promotion to join me. So I attacked this transfer window in the summer with some amazing signings and utilising the cheap African players that my scouts had found, as well as a fantastic centre midfielder on a free transfer from Belgium that I'm going to push into an attacking role. Dad, on the other hand, could only afford to bring in 3 players despite having to sell a player for money, but either way, the season started rather well. As in a very back and forth match with Luton Town, Dad's Southend prevailed 4-3 on the opening night. I lost my first fixture and drew the second against Bristol City, but we eventually got our first win of the season in the third league game against Blackburn. This came after I eventually found a system that seemed to have worked well, and that included 3 attacking midfielders with a wide forward and McIntosh in that centre midfield spot. Dad, however, was using a 4-2-2 that dropped into a deep 4-2-3-1 formation. Unfortunately for him, the great start to the season didn't last too long, and he was given the good old welcome to the Championship. Alright, Dad, going into season number 9, the first where we're both in the Championship.
Yes.
You sold a player for 175k, goalkeeper. There's a few players who have also left the club as well, if we're looking at released players. There's a few names in there that may have played a few games before in the past. Pedro Milans, I think, being one of them. He was the right back from Uruguay you picked up. He was actually there for
I'm disappointed I lost him
seasons. Yeah, you had him for like 4 years. But players coming in. Now, it's doing that weird thing where it's not showing a couple of the players, so we know one of them definitely isn't shown. We'll have to go back and have a look at him. But in the players that it is showing, free transfers, Brady being the first. We've got a good striker who can also play from the left.
Yes. I'm just getting players into the boast the actual squad, and I was a bit short on strikers, so I thought I'd get this guy in. Hopefully he can do a job for me.
Yep. Then we've got Sammy Osborne coming in as well.
Well, as you can see, I'd lost one of my goalkeepers. Well, I sold one of my goalkeepers, but I also lost a goalkeeper as well. So I went from 3 keepers down to 1. So,
yeah.
And then at the beginning of the season, my main keeper was injured, so I desperately had to get a keeper in. So lucky enough for me, there was a few keepers on the freebies, and I grabbed this guy.
Yeah, he looks quite good as well.
Yes.
And low wages.
Yes, that was the main thing as well. I was a bit sort of tight with my wages as well, so lucky enough he was happy with that.
Yeah, and then the final one that's on here is Mikel Amondorian.
Yeah, good midfield player. This is the last sign of the ones I've done, so I thought it would just be sort of make midfield a little bit stronger. He can drop into that defensive midfield. That's where his strong sort of position is if I need him there, but he can also play in a centre midfield as well.
Yeah, okay. Now, the one player which it isn't showing is actually a loan signing.
Yeah.
Nicholas Bork from Newcastle. Very strange attributes for a centre-back.
We know I needed a centre-back, so this is the guy I got in the right-footed side, and yeah, like you say, he's good at scoring goals.
Yeah, 15 for finishing.
Yeah, get him up for the corners and things like that. Hopefully he can bag a couple for me, but yeah, I mean, positioning is not very good, and but on the ball he's not that bad. So yeah, I'm all right. I'm quite happy with that.
Okay, so he is classed as a centre-back. Only a centre-back as well. It's not even like he can play up front.
It's weird, isn't it? Because he's quick as well.
Yeah.
And his composure is only 10, which is not too good for strikers, but his finishing's 15, and he's quick as well. So I feel like I could just stick him up front, and he would do a job for me if I had to.
Well, he has scored a goal for you already.
Yeah, there you go.
But let's have a look then. So tactically, switching things around ever so slightly by the looks of it, in possession, out of possession.
Well, I think I did just sort of the player roles. I think I've changed. I haven't changed the actual tactic itself.
The shape. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I just changed a couple of the player roles because the centre back that I got in, I've changed him to a ball playing.
Yeah.
Because he was better than the one I had there really. So yeah. So hopefully, I'm taking a chance and not changing the tactic. To be honest with you, I'm staying more attacking than I did usually. So
yeah.
And see if it works in this league. That's what I'm going for, really.
Well, so far, you've had a bit of a mixed bag. A great start with a 4-3 win.
I mean, home to Luton, winning that game, I thought that was a good result because Luton are not a bad side in that then. All right, it was only Worthing, but it's still a win, isn't it? So 2 home wins, I'll take that. But then it just went backwards then. started losing games left, right, and centre. Then I mean, the Leeds away 5-4. You think, wow, that's not a bad game.
Yeah, scoring 4 goals away from home and
score
still to
4
lose in the 92nd minute.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sort of like at the moment. Good draw away to Coventry, but I've got to be winning home games. Means I mean, it's only Charlton in the cup, so but losing the derby, that's the main one really for me.
All right, well, let's have a look to see what I've been up to so far this summer in my second season in the Championship. Spent a little bit of money, as you can see there, on a player. We'll have a look at him in a second. But a lot of players have joined the club. Now, 2023 is the ones we're looking for. So Jack Morehouse being one of them's gone straight out on loan to Tranmere. But Jordan Mace, what a free transfer this guy is. Now, 4 assists and 3 goals already. Can play centre mid, can also play up front. I'm going to try and lock him in here, so in the middle, just because he's world class playing compared to the rest of my players. As a free transfer, bringing him in, and he's not asking for too high of a wages, because I mean the winger that I was trying to sell last year and wouldn't leave was asking for 40 grand a week. Yeah. So I was not offering him that. No. But he's fantastic. Good finishing ability, the flair and leadership as well. So playing in that sort of attacking midfield position, I think will be great. Where is the released players? Can we see him? Is he on here? I don't think he is. Oliver Boast was one of them. I can't really see him. Kelvin's gone. Kelvin Wi-Fi's also gone. There he is. Bradley Burrows. He was right there the whole time. Still without a club. What a shock, Bradley Burrows, because you were asking for 40 grand a week, so I was happy to let him go. In compared to, obviously, the rest of our club, if I'm signing players of that calibre for a quarter of the wages, Oliver Boast hasn't got a club either. So, yeah, they're both missing out there because they could have just stayed with me if they weren't so greedy, and they'd have a weekly wage, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Right now, they don't, and that's a shame. Never mind. But I have moved on. I've moved on to greater pastures, I think. He's a better player than those two, as is these guys. Now, we've got Jamal Jimo Aloba from Shrewsbury. Free transfer. Again, another attacking midfielder, so that goes straight into that position there where Kelvin was last season. Value's very high too. Looks a quality player. Good natural fitness, good flair, good vision. Just what I like to see. Raul Torrent on a free transfer as well. I needed a centre-back. There's the centre-back I've gone for. He is slow. Acceleration is only 8. Agility of 6. He turns like a cruise ship. But he's good defensively. Good heading, good marking, good tackling. And decent mental attributes too. So a bit of a leader in there at age 31. Needed a bit of an older statesman at the back. But Ruffin Ntamon from Mimosas in the Ivory Coast. We have brought in a 19-year-old striker who's fast, good dribbling, cracking at finishing, good off the ball and technique. Now he's got 2 goals and an assist already and 1 in the Carabao Cup. So, yeah, I think he could be worth the money I've brought in. Yeah. Only 3-star potential, 3-star current ability, but 4.5-star potential. And I'm going to lock him in because he doesn't naturally go up there. I actually put Mace up front, and I'd rather switch those two around. I've changed things around as well. So, again, 3 seasons in a row now. We went from this to now going to this, and that's because I've got more centre attacking midfielders than I have right wingers, so it's better off just doing that and asking this guy to mark the right back position or left back position, sorry. So he'll scoot along and go wide anyway, just in the instructions. It's just the natural position will allow him to play here instead. So that's my sort of tactic going forward. But yeah, not a bad start. We've only lost to Liverpool, Palace, and the first game of the season to Preston. We've had some good wins in there as well. Oxford 3-0, 5-2 against Blackburn was a highlight as well. So good start to the season. Also beating Leicester in the Carabao Cup before obviously Liverpool did knock us out. But 2-1 isn't too bad of a result either. No. So yeah, I think this season in the Championship is going to be an interesting one because it's your first season in there, and it still puts me down there with you at 200 to 1. You're 300 to 1, I'm 200 to 1. But I don't think it's going to end that way. I'm currently 11th. Obviously, I finished 12th. You are currently sat in 22nd.
Yeah, I know. I'll settle for 17th.
Yeah.
I'll take that any day of the week. So, yep.
I mean, you should be taking 21, but...
yeah. You like to think you're not going to be that close.
Yeah.
I don't want to be panic at the end of the season because we all know what the end of my season is normally like. So
yeah, that's true. I'll take a first or a second, All right, season number 9 then. First season, we're both in the Championship. Who can get to the Premier League first? What I wasn't anticipating after seeing the start of the season was the result against each other in October, because Dad Southend travelled to Morecambe and shocked us massively. They were fantastic, scoring 3 goals and defensively staying so strong that they didn't even allow us time to attack and create anything ourselves, winning the game 3-0 to take all 3 points. And the reason it was really surprising was because look at the league table. Going into January, I was sat in 4th place, while Dad was down in 19th. We played each other again right at the turn of the new year, and this time I was much more involved in the match, and again it was a back and forth contest like we always used to, with each of us taking the lead at some point. But Dad's secret weapon Morgan this season has scored yet again, and he's been on form. And the score finished at 3-3. Dad could never keep up his consistent form though, and went from pummeling Huddersfield 6-0 one week to then only winning 1 in his next 6. Our form was slightly better, however we did go through a bad patch, dropping out of the playoffs, and now we're on a mission to try and re-enter it towards the end of the season. Which would mean we would need to find 4 points more than what Sheffield Wednesday currently have within the next 6 games. That's going to be tricky, although we do play them very soon. Dad should be safe, but there's always a threat of being down there with teams around him playing less games. And it turns out, in our last 6 games, we did go on to defeat Sheffield Wednesday with a cracking 5-2 result. However, that was the only game we won, so we can kiss the playoffs goodbye. And let's just say that Dad wasn't having much of a better time either in his fixtures as he continues his terrible run, only picking up 2 points in his last 6 games. Thankfully for him, he survived, as I dropped down into 12th place. Ooh, you did survive. 44 points. 40 was relegation.
I nearly done myself again. Look at the finish I had at the end of the season.
Very bad finish.
2 draws in the last 6 games I think I had.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear.
But you're still there next year?
Yes, thankfully. Well done. Got to build on that, so I can one way for me to go, and that's hopefully up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I stayed exactly the same.
Yeah.
12th again. Actually dropped down into 12th on that final day because I also had a bad end of the season, only 1 win in the last 5. But at that point, I was never getting playoffs, so it was kind of expected, really, that I would just sort of like amble on into mid-table. But yeah, you survived, Dad. I mean, right now we're probably a little bit too early to see any budgets, or we might not get any again with the step up. But in terms of players who are going to be leaving you, you have got about 3 or 4 here first teamers who will be leaving. Seb Revan, Pivas and Dale Taylor, who are all running out of contract and might need looking at, especially Dale Taylor, who's got 14 goals this year.
14 goals, yeah.
Morgan was top scorer with 23. Alfie Hutchinson got 14 and 16, so he's had another good season. He's been very good signing for you, but he might be asking for more money as well. That's the trouble. They're all asking for more money, and we just don't have that money to give them right now. But yeah, we'll have to have a look at that next season. And myself, I mean, I think I know I've got a couple of contracts which will be going up, because I did notice it at the start of last season. But I'm not too worried about it. It's only Kane Kester-Hayden who played 10 games, and the other one's Mark Gray, who hasn't played at all. So I'm actually all right for another season in terms of players going out. It's just whether they ask for more money, and I might have to sort of, I mean, Tyler Silsby goes out of contract next year. I've only just got him. It would be such a shame to lose him already, but he's worth £4 million. If he's going to be asking for silly money because he's already on 10k, I might not be able to give it to him. I might have to cash in sort of early days already. Ruffin Ntamon got 19 goals this year. He was my best player. Nice bit of development there too.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Looks good. Looks very good. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see what he's like in a couple of seasons. Got him for another 4 years. Locked him down for a very long contract, so that was smart. Sonny Perkins is somebody I might look to cash in on. He got 17 goals, though, so he does score quite a lot. Jamal Gimo, who I got from Shrewsbury, did quite well too, with 15 assists and 12 goals, as did Tyler Silsby. And Jordan May, 17 assists with 10 goals, locked into that attacking midfield option as well. Only 24, so yeah, he looks fantastic. Very good player. If he was the type of player that if I went into the Premier League, I'd probably keep him around and use him quite a lot. I think he looks very good. So, I think the only thing I want to check now really is Alistair McIntosh. How good does he look? He's been a while since we've checked up on him.
Yeah,
the mental attributes have
there.
gone well. So really good. He's 24 years of age now. He's wanted to. Portsmouth transfer. He's still not worth that much, which does surprise me. But the other, I want to check how good Frankie Molineux looks now. He's moved on by the looks of it. He's on loan from Ipswich at Dinamo Bucharest, and he does still look very good. So maybe it's an option for you next year, Dan.
Yeah,
maybe have a
be.
look to see if you can bring Frankie back to Southend.
I think if he's going to go anywhere, he'll come to me, I think.
Oh, it's bold. It's a bold statement. Yeah, but there's lots of players that I think, and I've done quite well. I mean, here, another 4-year contract. The dip into the African leagues for me has been amazing because you think he's worth loads, decent wages. I bought him for 240k. And he's got another 4-year deal. Love it. Absolutely love it. So I might actually have to keep doing that, to be honest, because all the English players keep trying to mug me off. They're trying to get silly money. But we'll have a look anyway, because my recruitment, I'm over the wages as well. My transfer budget's not that high. I'm over the wages. I can't imagine it would change too much because club-wise, if we're having a look at the finances, I'm minus 5 million. Whereas yourself, Dad, minus £3.6 million. So we are not doing well finances. It's always very tough when you're going through the leagues to be able to keep finances on top and still be good. Yeah, you kind of have to like sell your best players and just keep replenishing them with younger, cheaper talent.
Yeah, and hopefully the value of them goes up quite quickly.
Yeah. If only it was easy to sell your players.
That's the worst thing about it.
It is.
It's an absolute nightmare, isn't it?
All right, well, let's have a look to see what we do in the summer of season number 10. A big decision this summer came when Dad was offered £13 million with £10 million up front for Morgan, which would be a massive advantage for his transfer budget. And with that money, he did try and sign Frankie Molineux back to Southend as he was transfer listed at Ipswich. However, he rejected the move. I also sold 2 players as well that I had brought in for free transfers, which meant 100% profit, but I couldn't afford Frankie myself this time round. Who I could find though was an Algerian striker that my scouts found for 300k, and I was excited to see what he could do. And so we are tweaking things yet again, trying to find a system that fits 2 strikers and 2 attacking midfielders as well as a left midfielder, while dropping McIntosh back into defensive midfield. Dan spent all of his money from Morgan's transfer on deals including free transfers, and whether or not they are good remains to be seen. He has started the season rather well though. Dad, £10 million for Morgan.
I just didn't want to sell him, but
it's a lot of money for a championship club.
It is a lot of money,
especially when we aren't getting anything.
No, and I was really struggling to get any players in. I was losing players left, right, and centre. So I thought, well, thanks for what you've done for me, mate. I've got to take the money and run.
Yeah, we both tried to bring in Frankie Molineux off the back of that.
Yeah,
but he was interested in joining me, but I couldn't get the money. He was not interested in joining Dad, which we found hilarious. And Dad had the money.
Oh, I can't believe it. He was the first person I went to and tried to get him, and he just wasn't. He wouldn't come to me.
So looking at him right now, he's still at Ipswich. He didn't actually leave the club after. They've also took him off the transfer list, but he's still got the asking price of £3.1 million. Still, it's really good.
I'd have took that.
Yeah.
He'd have sorted my midfield out for me.
Just didn't want to come to you. Found it hilarious, but there we go. 24 years of age.
Mate. When I'm in the Premier League, don't think I'm going to become looking for you, because I'm not.
I bet you will. Right, so outside of him going, you had quite a lot of players joining.
Yes.
The most expensive one was Wisdom Amy from Crystal Palace, £2.6 million.
He's a good centre-back, isn't he? He play with both sides, left or right, and he can play on the flanks as well if I really need him. So I just thought, versatile player, get him in, good price.
Yeah. Good pace on him too.
Yeah.
Now we've got Octave from Norwich, 500k, so a little bit more expensive, 22 years of age.
This is the guy I'm hoping is going to replace the striker I've lost. So he's 6'1". He can be a good striker for me.
Okay, then we've got Frank Martin from Châteauroux, 250k for a left back.
Yes,
Frank Châteauroux. Couldn't sign the other Frank, so you have to sign this.
Yeah, that's
Frank.
right. Yeah, when I was looking at my team, really, I felt I was really, really poor in defence.
Yeah.
So hence why I'm going to sign quite a few defenders, I think, here. So this is my left back. I've got one centre back in.
Yeah. We got Stejko, who's the goalkeeper.
Yes.
Good goalkeeper there from the Czech Republic. Mass Williamson, free transfer, defence midfielder, can also play centre-back.
Centre-back, yeah. So that was a sort of Brucey bonus for there. They can play in both positions, really.
Yeah, from the Netherlands. Then we've got Junior. I'm not going to try and pronounce the last name. Right back.
Yeah, it took me a while to get this guy. He wasn't sure whether he wanted to come, and in the end, our manager persuaded him to come because he was quite, good price and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then finally, we got two more. We got Mikitia Bondarenko. So Bondarenko has joined, 24 years of age. Looks quite a good striker.
Yes. This could be the guy that replaces the striker that I've lost. So.
Lacks the mental attributes.
Yeah, that's the only problem. But he's quick.
Yeah.
He knows where the back of the net is.
He got a hat-trick in the Carabao Cup too so far. And then there's the final player of Mark Hancock, who is from Northern Ireland, plays on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Again, good physical attributes, which is very good to get you out of this type of league, to be honest.
That's right, yeah. So I've strengthened my defence up really right across the back four, and I've got a couple of strikers in, so hopefully it'll do it for me.
Yeah. Go on with your 4-3-3 into a 4-2-3-1 out of possession.
Yeah, I wasn't sure to play this sort of in the championship, so I'm sort of being a bit more sort of safe, really. I think with this tactic, don't want to give too much away, but when I am going forward, I can bomb through with the players in midfield.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's have a look then at the fixtures at the start of the season, because you have started well.
Yes.
A couple of games in the championship that you've got some good points with, Leeds being one of them, 4-1 away from home.
Absolutely brilliant.
Coventry as well, to be honest. Yeah. Bondarenko getting a hat-trick.
Yeah. I mean, away from home, you look at those results, I'm not doing too bad, am I, really?
Yeah. Only dropped points against Luton away from home again, 0-0. And out of the Carabao Cup just because of a penalty shootout.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with that.
So that ain't too bad, really. But how are things going on in Morecambe? Obviously, we had a better year last year, but I think you've had a really good transfer window there. And we've started off, obviously, a lot of players have been going in and out. We've lost quite a lot of players in terms of released players. We can see here a few of them have gone out. Not an amazing amount of players that were in the first team, but we are still losing players. So it's always something I'm cautious with, making sure our team is big enough. We did sell two, though. Mvogo for 900k. I thought he had a good year, and then we didn't really use him last season to the extent as what we did when we first brought him in, and he had that 20 goals and 15 assists in that one amazing season in League One where we got promoted. Last year, he only actually started 2 games. So it's kind of like, if I can get anything for him, it's better than like just having him on the bench. Nearly £1 million for him. I was really happy with that. Roman Egan Riley, of course, he played for both of us. He actually was on loan at you for one season. Then I got him on a free, and he's been here for the last sort of 6 years. Sold him for 725k. So brought in a little bit of money, which is great, because then I can spend a little bit of money, and I think I've spent it really well. Got a loan signing in Danny Barcia from Burnley, so he joins me in on goal because I think he's probably a better goalkeeper than what we've potentially got. And then we've got Kamara as a free agent, who is a good centre-back option, 4-star in terms of my team. Only 6 foot, but with good jumping reach, good position, good tackling, and good anticipation. For this league, I think he's quality. But the big signing for me is this man, 300k, and I was finding it really annoying because out of all the positions that I was looking for that I could get with the money I had, striker was probably the one I didn't need the most. He was a really good striker that I couldn't turn down. So 21 years of age, from Algeria, Hicham Boucheret Sabah. I don't know either. But he was playing in Algeria and got 21 goals one season, 17 the next. At such a young age as well. He's got a goal for me in 3 already. He does look really good.
Yeah, he does.
Driven personality, good flair, good off the ball, decent pace. Lacks kind of the strength and the jumping reach, but he's a good finisher of the ball. Hopefully he can develop and grow. He's got that potential to do so. And it meant that we had to change our tactic again. So he switched it up for the 4th time, maybe, in a row, because I mean we had a tactic that was different to this, then we've gone back to this, and we had this tactic. We went from having a narrow one to where it was like this. Now we've pushed another striker up, and I'm locking Jordan Mace into that shadow striker role because I think he's really good for it. And we've dropped the DLP back so that McIntosh can play in his more natural position as a playmaker back there and be the only player really considered to play there. That's the option that we've got. So it'll be an interesting one to see how it does this season, playing something different again. It started off quite poorly, but a lot of them were draws. I haven't actually lost a game in the league just drew 3 of them.
Yeah.
Drew against Leeds, drew against Watford and Burnley, and won against Swansea, only 1-0, and knocked out the Carabao Cup by Sunderland, who Harvey Higgins has had a whale of a time against me there. He's had a great time, but he is very quick. So, yeah, I'm still unsure about how this tactic will do in season number 10, but I'm willing to find out. So let's see what happens. It took a while for my Morecambe side to find their stride this season, but once we did, we were starting to rack up a few wins on the bounce, especially going into November and December. Dad was also performing well, and although he hasn't won as many games as I had, he had only lost 3 by the new year. And just before our first game against each other in early January, the league was looking rather interesting. We were sat in 3rd and 4th place and just outside the automatic promotion spots. The first game between us was played at Roots Hall, and my Morecambe side was the first to strike and take the lead, and it stayed that way until the second half, when Dad's side then stepped up and came out from the half time looking like a completely different team, scoring multiple goals and taking back all the important 3 points to my grasp as they won 4-1. Which interestingly took Dad above me in the league table and only a point behind Sunderland in first place. Which meant the next game against each other was one of the most important ones yet, and it was another classic between 2 sides in Morecambe as Dad took the lead only for us to immediately equalise. A ball over the top was run on to perfectly and played across for a tap in to put Dad 2-1 up, and once again, just 2 minutes after Southend scored, Morecambe equalised, leaving the game at 2-2. And that hampered both of our automatic promotion hopes, and on the final day, only Dad was capable of doing the big jump. Dad did what he could on the final day, and he got a big 3-1 win at home to Burnley, which was crucial because of what happened elsewhere. As Portsmouth, who occupied second place, lost in the 93rd minute of the match against Sheffield Wednesday, meaning Dad is automatically promoted to the Premier League. The season wasn't quite over there though, because then I had to compete in the playoffs to try and join Dad, and we drew the first leg against Sunderland 2-2 in the semi-final. However, the second leg also finished 2-2 and went to a penalty shootout, and with the scores in the shootout at 8 each, Sonny Perkins missed his penalty, meaning if Sunderland's next penalty was scored, they would win the shootout, and Elias stepped up and sent Sunderland to Wembley. Oh, congratulations, Dad.
Come on.
You've made it up there, and I couldn't join you. Lost in the playoffs.
I nearly won the league as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you're the first one to get to the Premier League.
Come on, Southend. Hey,
So the advantage is
I'm
there.
calling Southend out now. Where's my shirt? Where's my scarf? Cold part of this year now. Come on, you got to send me something. I've got you in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. They're like, well, win the Premier League, baby. But at the minute,
Come on.
you've got there first.
Yes.
The race to
I'm
the
really
Prem,
pleased with that.
if it stopped at just getting to the Prem, you'd have won.
Do you
Now
know-
you got to win it.
Do you know, I was really worried at the start of this season when I sold that player for 10 million. I did honestly feel that.
Especially when you
I didn't really want to.
Let's not forget, you were 21st last season.
Yeah, but shit.
You just scraped relegation.
That was lucky, wasn't it? And selling my best player as well was a
Yeah.
bit dodgy, wasn't it? But come on, that's done it.
Very good.
I'm so happy now.
Very good. Either Portsmouth or Sunderland would join you. Both of them are dead to me, unfortunately, because I couldn't join you. But that's really frustrating. That's a task for me to do next season. Absolutely gutted. Your old player, Dale Taylor, was... your current player, Dale Taylor, was an absolute beast.
Yes.
33 goals he got this season to win the Golden Boot in the Championship. Very good. Most key passes with Jordan Mace there, so at least I got something to pin my hat on. But yeah, well done. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. But there we go. All right, well, let's see my squad and see how they performed and what the lay of the land's going to be. Now, striker-wise, a bit disappointed because my top scorer was my shadow striker.
Yeah.
19 goals, 13 assists, Jordan Mace, as we mentioned there. But the strikers that I've just brought in, Boucheret Sabah only got 16 with 6. And development-wise is a little bit there, but not massively. Ruffin and Tamon, 13 goals. What happened? What's going on? Come on, Ruffin. Not great at all. So we are struggling to score goals again. I might need to change the system for the 5th time in a row, maybe. But we got a lot of players who are either asking for more money, wants to leave, new contract, wants to leave, lost trust in manager, don't know what I've done. But Alistair McIntosh is also unhappy. He wants a new deal too. I need to get these guys into the Premier League at some point. Really, really do. And I've only got 108k, but I'm over the wages for this season, so I don't think I'll be able to splash much money. But Dad, going into the Premier League, you will be able to, you hope. Dale Taylor got 38. Is he Premier League worthy?
Don't look it,
I don't think so.
Don't
He's
look it,
31 as well. You got quite a lot of players that you've had for a while as well. If you
Yeah.
look at those top three, Dale Taylor, Linsky, and Alfie Hutchinson, you've had for quite a few seasons.
Yeah.
Attacking wise, 13 and 15 for Hutchinson, 17 and 11 for Linsky. They've all done really well for you. It's just feeding players around them.
It's nice to see quite a few of the players' value has gone up as well for
Yeah.
me. So you know, if I don't think they are good enough, like Hutchinson, he's you know, he could be one that I can just sort of like nearly 20 million.
Yeah,
Might get 15 for him.
who knows?
Yeah. So yeah.
Not bad at all.
No.
But what budget have they
What are they
given
gonna
you?
give me?
27 million with 250k in the wages.
Well, I've got to take my hat off to
So
them.
that's a lot.
They are supporting me, so thank
Yeah.
you very much. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. That sort of, I've just got to try and keep them in the Premier League this season.
Gotta survive.
If I can survive that, that'll grow. I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, well, what is going to happen in the race to the Prem next? Because Dad has now made it into the Premier League. He's got himself closer than what I have so far. Can I join in? How will Dad spend that £27 million? Make sure you subscribe so you do not miss the next episode of the Race to the Prem.